Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm super excited. I am super excited to talk about love today. Manifesting love, right? How to get to the good relationship, how to get to the healthy relationship, how to get to that fulfilling relationship, right? You've had enough of the toxic love, right? So, what is keeping you in that toxic relationship? How did you get in that toxic relationship, right? How do we change it? Okay. So that we can get better. Okay. That's what it's about. Coming here and living the life of our dreams. We did not come here to suffer, right? So if we didn't come here to suffer, that means we came here to prosper, right? We absolutely came here to prosper. All right. So I need you guys to come on in. You guys know what to do. Show some love. At the top of each class, I always talk about the mindset first so that we can talk about that toxic relationship that you created. You manifested that, right? So if we want to change that, what do we have to do? You guys come on in and show some love. Okay. Make sure you guys are giving a thumbs up over here on YouTube. All right. And the hearts. Okay. All right. So I want to teach you guys how to create and manifest a beautiful love life, right? I've been there. I've gone through it. Okay. I've gone through toxic relationships, unhealthy relationships. I know all about the shit, right? Okay. So you're speaking to someone with experience, with having to basically transmute their fears around love in order to manifest and see something more beautiful. Okay. I need you guys to come on in and you know what? Show out. Okay. So, unresolved trauma when it comes to love. Let's talk about unresolved trauma when it comes to love, right? Okay. So, some examples of this. Okay. When it comes to love, we're talking about love today. Okay. Some things may be abandonment. Say you weren't nurtured, no nurturing, even if you were in your parents' life, right? Say, let's see, any of this, okay? I need you guys to come on in and show out. You guys know what it is, all right? Let's get it in. This is class. All right. I'm naming some things, some trauma in the love department. See, I want to teach you guys how to manifest that true love today. We're talking about love. Okay. So I got to talk to you about the mind, the issues that you may be having internally around love. That's what's keeping you from the love that you want. Okay. So if you've dealt with any of these things, okay, then this is probably why you're not seeing the love that you truly want. One, two, etc. There's a lot of different ways that you can be traumatized when it comes to love. Okay. So imagine that this is your lifeline. Okay. When it comes to love, here we are in 2025 right here. Okay. But see, if you dealt with trauma in the past around love and you never resolved it, so say right here, you experienced this, right? Okay. And say right here, you experienced this. Okay. This trauma is literally just stacking up on top of each other, isn't it? It's not going anywhere. Make sure you guys are showing out. Make sure you guys are showing out. Come in class and make sure you guys are showing out. Okay. All right. If you experienced being abandoned here, and then all of a sudden, a couple years later, whoever you're living with, they do this to you, right? And then say you grow up and try to have a relationship in high school, and that person does this to you, cheats on you, right? Your first love. Okay. Now, this is trauma for any person. To be abandoned by your parents, number one, these are the first people that you should be building a relationship with, right? And if you don't have that opportunity to do that because they abandoned you, that's traumatic for a child, right? So number one, right there, they don't have the proper skills, right? Or I would say opportunity to know how to lovingly, in a healthy way, build other relationships, right? Okay. Their relationships might be based out of fear. Okay. So then this little child is growing up. Maybe now they're in elementary school and they're getting this. This is happening to them, right? My goodness, what do children think about? They think about toys and games and TV shows and school. They don't have too much to think about. They don't have bills. They don't have all this stuff. Make sure you guys are continuing to show out, right? So I don't have to stop my teachings. I can stay in the flow. All right. Okay. Help me get this message to the masses, baby. This is the type of information that people need to wake up to. All right. Okay. Make sure you're telling your friends about this live. Okay. Make sure you're telling your friends. But imagine if a child goes through this. Now, they're 6 years old, right? Their parents abandoned them. They didn't have that. Now they're growing up wondering why their parents didn't love them enough to stick around, right? They're 6 years old. They're in school, and these whoever they're living with is doing this to them, right? Okay. And then now they grow up in high school. They have their first little love, and this happens to them. Trauma, trauma, trauma. So this poor child, right, has been growing up, all right, with the trauma building up on top of each other, like literally just stacking up. See, their body is moving forward, right? The body continues to move forward. But where does the mind go? The mind goes back to that moment, right? The mind goes back to that moment in time. The mind goes back to this moment in time of trauma. The body is here in 2025. Wow, right, 2020, y'all. Oh my God. What? 2025. Here we are in 2025. Here's where the body is. Look at where the mind is. Okay? Look at where the mind is. You see the disconnect here? All right. So this may be someone who is dealing with depression. They're stuck, right? They've had trauma, heavy trauma happen to them, and they cannot let go of it, right? Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Somebody says when the body keeps moving forward, it gives an empty feeling. Yes, it does. You know why? Because the body is here, but the mind is elsewhere. You don't have the complete package with you, right? It's a disconnect. It's only half of you there. The mind is going to continuously go back, right? Okay, so we understand this. Good. The depressed mind, when it comes to love, they may be, now that they've had this trauma happen to them, maybe they don't want to go. They don't want to build a relationship. They don't want to try love. They don't want to get into anything anymore. They don't want to be vulnerable because they've been hurt too much. So the depressed mind is stuck here. These are all examples, guys. Okay, it can go in any way. Okay, it can manifest in any way. Now they're stuck here, reliving over and over and over again these traumatic events, right? They can't get past them. Okay, why did this have to happen to me? Why is this my life? I don't deserve this, etc., right? Okay, so we understand here. This is what happens. I'm talking about love. We're talking about manifesting love today. All right. So this is what happens. If you continuously go into these states of being and think about trauma over and over and over again, your body recognizes that as your norm. This is my norm. This person likes to be sad. This person likes to be. It's not fair. I'm just telling you how the game is played. When you learn how the game is played, you move different and you can win. Okay, so let's detach our emotions from this shit and get to the good stuff. Let's understand it so we can just do what we need to do here. Okay, do we have a deal? We're disconnecting our emotions from this game called life today so that we can get to the healing, so that we can get to the good stuff. And so in order for you to truly understand, you got to disconnect your emotions for a second, right? We really have to take a look like, damn, this is a game. Okay, hold it. So you mean my thoughts are creating my reality? Hold it. So if I just keep thinking about negative things, you mean that's going to produce more negative things? What the fuck? I can't do that. Right? It's sort of this type of realization. Not that we want to ignore or act like the things didn't happen to us. Like I said, we still want to work through our healing, but we're not going to let this stuff like overpower us, number one, and be our dominant state. Does this make sense, guys? Give me a thumbs up on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up if you are understanding what I'm saying. Here on TikTok, give me a thumbs up if this is making sense to you, right? Okay, we're not going to allow for this to be our dominant state of being, depression. We're not going to allow for anxiety, right, to be our dominant state of being, right? Okay, if you dealt with anxiety, let me see a red heart. If you dealt with depression, let me see a blue heart, just so I can know who's up in here, what y'all dealing with, right? Because I'm trying to teach you guys how to manifest that true love. And in order for you to manifest the true love, we got to take a look at the trauma around love that already exists in our lives. Because if you are not producing, manifesting the love that you want in your life, it is probably because you have some underlying trauma that's running the show. Okay. So you ever been in a relationship and self-sabotaged? You didn't mean to do that, but it happened because of your dominant programming, right? Internally, you got some shit that you need to work through. I could talk about you because I've been there and done that. And I could talk about you because I'm not perfect and I go through shit every single day too. Okay. But I have transmuted my fears around love. Right? I'm now in a beautiful, healthy, loving marriage. I want to help you do that, right? I had some serious fears, anxieties to work through. Okay. So I know what you're going through, but I also know that you are deserving of whatever it is you desire. If you want to be single, you are deserving of that. If you want to be and attract true love, your true love, you are deserving of that. You should be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. All right. We are here to prosper, not suffer. Okay. Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. Okay. Make sure that you guys are sharing this live. Let me get a thumbs up right up here. Okay. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up on YouTube. Okay. All right. So these are moments of trauma when it comes to love. Now, because you have experienced the moments of trauma in love, you were abandoned here. Now it's hard for you to build healthy relationships where you trust that the person is there for you. Right. Okay. Here we see the abuse, right? Okay, if you were abused, then we know that it's probably going to be hard for you to really, maybe you may be somebody who thinks that it's normal. Sometimes that can happen. We can go through this so much that we think that it's normal to be fussing and fighting and cursing and all that shit up and down the damn street. We think that shit is normal because that's what we saw, right? So, okay, that could manifest that way. If you were cheated on right here, you may be anxious about this next relationship, calling them, checking up on them all the time. You don't believe that they're never going to cheat on you, right? Okay, so we see what's happening here. If we do not, right? If we do not take hold of this, it's going to cause major problems in our lives, right? Your thoughts create your reality. So if your thoughts are on depression, if your thoughts are on anxiety, that's a problem. Okay. If your thoughts are on depression, if your thoughts are on anxiety, that's a problem. And again, if you do this enough, you don't have to think about it anymore. Right? Your body will automatically be getting depressed, feeling depressed, just because you got into a little argument now, because this is your norm. Just like you don't have to think about how to get to your mama house, just like you don't have to think about how to get to your job, you won't have to think about how to get into a depressed state. You won't have to think about how to get into an anxious state. You're going to be walking around claiming it. A lot of you guys claim the very things that you want to get rid of, right? You're claiming the very thing that you want to get rid of, right? Okay. If you say, I have this depression. I am depressed. You, how are you going to disconnect from it if you're claiming it as yours? Right? I'm live here on TikTok and YouTube, guys. All right. Once we are done with the live, the live is automatically uploaded to YouTube. Okay. Just FYI. Okay, so we can't get rid of something that we are continuing to claim, continuing to have, right? Okay. So if we want to change this, we have to implement methods. We have to implement things that will help disrupt our constant thinking, our constant worrying, right? Okay. Let me give you guys an example. Okay. Say I am in the shower, right? And all of a sudden I start crying. Okay. I start crying. See, we don't pay attention enough to our emotions and what they're trying to tell us. Okay. Our emotions are a gauge. Our emotions are a gauge. Okay. Okay. Your emotions are telling you what is going on. Your emotions are telling you, hey, you're thinking about something that you probably don't need to be thinking about. Listen up here. We're talking about being in a depressed state. Okay. Being in an anxious state, right? Dealing with this on an everyday basis. All right. I'm giving you a method that's going to disrupt this autopilotness so that you are not manifesting, okay, this over and over and over again. Does this make sense? Number one, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Okay. Does this make sense? Okay. This is what I'm showing you right here. So you got to get in the habit of getting used to stopping your thoughts. Okay. Stopping your thoughts, being aware of what you are thinking about. Okay. So if you are in the shower and all of a sudden you start crying, ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Okay. So use your emotions as a gauge to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Okay. The step 2 should be, once you realize that the mind, you see your body is here. Once you realize that the mind has disconnected, I want you to stop the negative thought. Stop the negative thought. I don't care if you've been there for 10 seconds, 10 years. Don't worry about how long it's been. And don't get on yourself saying, oh, see, I can't do this. This is too hard. No, you must do this until the day that you croak. It will be hard. It will be work. Yes, it will. But you were made for this. You were made for it. What else do you think you came here to do? You think this is a waste of time when it is creating your very tomorrow? This is a waste of time when it is creating your very tomorrow? I don't think so. Right? Okay. So we stop the negative thought, right? And then we do a U-turn. Bring your awareness back to the present tense. Okay. You see, if you are here in 2025, you want to bring your mind back, okay, to where you are. Okay. You're going to ask yourself sensory questions. What is that I see? If I'm in the shower, oh, that's just my shampoo and conditioner. What is that I smell? Oh, that's just my soap. What is that I hear? Oh, that's just my meditation music that I have playing. You see, you are taking control back of your mind. Ask yourself these sensory questions to help you check in with where you are. Right? And then you want to do what? Breathe. Breathe in and out 5 times. Okay? That in and out is doing what? Right? That is regulating your system. Okay? See, you brought your mind back to where the body is. Now I want you to breathe in and out. Okay? 5 times. All right. And then depending on where you are, I want you to affirm something powerful, right? I want you to do some dancing if you like that. If you're in the house, you could do some dancing. You can listen to some frequency music like what you have inside of your program. Okay. You can listen to some comedy. Comedy makes you laugh. You're high vibrational then. You can do some scripting, journaling, all of that. What resonates with you? Okay. So depending on where you are will determine what you want to do. But these are the steps. How many of you guys are here from Hillman Talk University or University Talk? All right. If so, you will want to grab your syllabus. All right. Your syllabus has this mind map inside of it. Okay. All right. You can find that in the link in the profile. Link in the description if you're on YouTube. Okay. All right. Great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about love and how you are at fault for the toxic relationships that you manifest. And we're about to get into that lesson now. I always go over this mindset stuff first because you got to know what's working against your manifestations. All right. Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so we definitely need to be showing out in the live, guys, okay? We need to be showing out, all right? If you are getting any type of value from this, thank you, Poo-Poo. If you are getting any type of value from this live, baby, show the love, okay? This way I can stay in the flow of the teachings. You guys know what it is. This is TikTok, all right? So we got to play the game. This is YouTube. We got to play the game. You understand? So in order for me to really get this message to the masses, I need your help. Right? Pushing it. You guys know what to do. I'm going to be here at the board. I need your help doing everything else. Okay. Hey, JoJo. Hey, sweetie. Okay. Do we have a deal? This way I can really stay in the flow of the lesson. Do we have a deal? Roses are less than a penny, you guys. Okay. Show out. If I was sitting up here gossiping, people would have this shit all over the damn world by now. Okay, but I'm sitting up here pouring knowledge into people. Make sure you guys are showing the love. All right, that really, really helps me. Really, really helps me. My cleaners went to the wrong damn house. Bad. They went to the wrong house. They went to they're next door. I see them. You can let them in. I know, like they ain't been here. Flavio's. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for showing the love. Okay, so I don't like to get off of here until I have hit. I like to hit 100K. All right, I like to hit 100K. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna get into how you are manifesting that toxic ass love. Okay, how are you manifesting that toxic love? It's your fault, and the sooner you take responsibility for it, the better, baby. Okay, I had to realize that nobody was doing anything to me in my relationships that I wasn't allowing to happen. All right, that I myself was not allowing to happen. Right. Okay. So when you remember who you are, when you know who you are, again, like I said, you move different. You move different when you know that you are the creator of, right? You are the creator of your reality, the good, the bad, the ugly. You see, you are the creator of it. Okay. All right. Let me see. We might have to reset. Hey, Keish. We might have to reset TikTok, guys. Okay. Listen, I'm going to get up out of here. And then I'm going to bring the live back up. Okay. When I bring the live back up, you guys got to come in and show out. Send the roses. Tap the screen. Share the live. Push the live. Okay. All right. I got to get out of here because this is not going to hit the people that it needs to this morning. You understand? Okay. So again, I need you guys to come out, go out. Okay. And you guys know what to do. You guys probably know better than I do how to hype this live up. Okay. All right. If you're not following me, you better follow right now because I'm going to get off and then I'm going to get right back on. Okay, YouTube, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for hanging in there. Let me get them back on. Okay. Actually, I should put toxic love. Unresolved trauma creates toxic love. Right? Okay. Healed trauma creates true love. Right? Okay. So if we are the creator of our reality, right, then you better know that you're creating the toxic shit that you are dealing with. Okay. So let me explain something like this. Let me explain this. Okay. How many of you guys are in a toxic relationship right now? Keep it real. I could talk about you because I've been there. Okay. I could talk about you because I've been there. Okay. You are a creator, right? You came in this world to create, right? And what are you creating? Your reality. Okay. You are creating tangible things in your reality, like tangible, like things you can touch. All right. And you manifest. Okay. I need you guys showing out. Okay. And you manifest new identities where it literally shifts your entire world. Okay. Tangible things are things you can manifest into your new world, into your world, but new identities shift your entire world. Okay. So here as a creator, you got to understand that you have what? Creative tools. Okay. So your creative tools are your thinking, speaking, actions, and emotions. Okay. So you have 4 creative tools. Okay. 4 creative tools, right? Now, if you have 4 creative tools, right, I can tell when people are at an unhealed version of themselves because they do what I used to do, right? Are you guys not showing out? Hold on now. We need to make sure that we are what? Showing out. We need to make sure that we are what? Sharing this live. This is the type of live that people need to wake up to, okay? All right. This is the type of live that people need to wake up to. If we can't stay in the flow of this, I gotta keep stopping. All right. Let's not do that. We ain't having that. Okay. Do we have anybody that says that they're dealing with toxic love right now? Okay, yes, I see it. Okay. So if you are trying to manifest an ex or a specific person, or if you are in a relationship and it is like so on and off, your current toxic relationship, if you are thinking about a fuck buddy, all of these things right here, see, this is you manifesting toxic love. Okay. This is you manifesting toxic love. Okay. See, if you got your mind on any of these, All right. That's because you have unresolved trauma in yourself, right? Think about it like this. If you are manifesting, trying to manifest an ex, the ex left. They're not, or you left, whatever. Y'all are not, no longer together, right? Y'all are no longer together, okay? All right. Y'all come over to YouTube. Y'all come over to YouTube. Okay. Go to the link in my profile, right? Everybody come over to YouTube. I'm about to get off TikTok. TikTok tripping. Y'all tripping today. Okay. You want to finish this lesson? Come on over to YouTube. All right. You go right here to the link in my profile. And when you click that link in my profile, you're going to see a logo at the top. All right. It says YouTube. Hop in there. I'm live over there now. I'm going to finish this lesson over there. Camera anger is better on TikTok. Okay. Well, y'all got to show, I got to play the TikTok game over here. Y'all got to, if y'all not tapping, it's telling TikTok not to push the live. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So it's telling TikTok not to push the live. All right. So we got to play the game here, or I got to get on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So if you got your mind on any of these things, then that is doing what? That's telling me that you're mentally, okay, not healed. Because if you're thinking about an ex, that's telling me you're focused on something that didn't work out. Your focus is on somebody else, and the focus should always be on self. If they were removed from you, you got to trust that the divine moved them away from you for a reason. Right? Okay. If you got your mind on a specific person, that's not manifesting true love. That's not how you're going to get to true love. Right? If you got your eye on anyone, that's you trying to manifest that specific person. Okay. How are you trying to manifest true love if you just locked in on somebody and you want to just manifest them? Okay. If you are in a current relationship and it's toxic as hell, and you just keep trying to put the pieces together, right? What is happening there? Well, your focus is on the toxic relationship. Your focus is on the toxic relationship. It's not focused on true love. It's focused on trying to keep this damn relationship together. Okay. It's focused on trying to keep the relationship together. Okay. What about here? If you got your eye on a fuck buddy, right? If you have your eye on a fuck buddy, then how is that true love? It won't be true love, right? Because if you have your eye on a specific person, a fuck buddy, and you want true love, you're giving mixed messages to the universe. You're saying, yes, universe, I want true love, but I'm going to give my energy to this whatever's not fulfilling, right? It is not fulfilling. Okay. So if you are doing any of these things, that means that you probably have unresolved trauma. You don't understand your self-worth. You have not been pouring into yourself, making yourself a priority, right? Okay. To the point where you can be doing the work so that you can get to true love. Okay. True love. All right. So this means that what? We have work to do. Okay. This means that we have work to do. Okay. You are going to choose a new identity to step into. Instead of us putting our eyes on specific people, we're going to put our focus on the new identity that I want to live. And we're going to say something like this. I desire to be a loving, supportive, confidant to my forever person, etc. You can make it sound however you wish, right? Okay, but this is talking about who you are going to be. Remember, the focus is always on self, right? Okay, let's do 60 seconds of power. Okay, 60 seconds. Go ahead. Yeah, it sucks because the lighting is either not good on TikTok or it's not good on YouTube. So I sort of have to like try and balance both. Okay, you see me over there? Yeah. It's like it's two different gadgets, and one is on a computer with a computer camera, and one is over here. Okay. So I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. It's tricky. Because if I turn my ring light on over here for YouTube to try to get a better glare, right? Well, I'd have to adjust it. But then it puts a glare on the board. This is crazy. No, that's not working for sure. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get everything figured out. I'm gonna have to get everything figured out. Okay. Who's in here? Yes, drop a heart. Okay, so let's finish up this lesson, right? So, in order for you to manifest true love, we first know that we need to do what? Start with what? Self. Okay, focus on self, right? Healing our trauma so that we can get to the true love. So, if we are focused on this new identity, then that means that we have to go on a journey, right? We have to go on a journey. So, right here, we have to understand that there has to be some time that it takes to become this person, right? The love that you envision. It's the love that you envision, the identity that you envision that will determine your journey, right? Okay? Because my idea of love or whatever, it doesn't it may not be yours, right? So that means that the journey is going to look different, right? Because the healing needs to look different too. When we're going on a journey, when we're playing a video game, right? Okay. We have to understand that there are levels to the leveling up, right? If you want to level up and become someone new, there's levels to this. You got to actually go on a journey. You got to actually put in the work, right? Okay. So how do we do that? We make sure that we keep our eye on the identity. We keep our eye on where we're going, right? And we don't get discouraged. It's going to be seeming like things aren't working out for us. It's going to be seeming like sometimes the world is crumbling, and it is. You should be happy if it does crumble, right? Because that means that what? That means that we can take advantage of these opportunities to get rid of this current reality and shift into the new one, right? But our old one has to crumble. We got to see that certain people can't come with us. We have to see that certain people aren't going to be there, right? Okay. There's certain things that we're going to have to experience. Okay. Certain things that we're going to have to learn and know. Okay. So, yes, that's going to mean that sometimes, this is so crazy, this lighting. Sorry, guys. I turned off the TikTok so I could just focus over here. The class will be automatically uploaded anyway. Give me just. It's like, so I just want to one day be able to just do my teachings. I don't want to have to deal with the lighting or any of that crap. Editing. No. I just want to teach. I just want to teach. I already told you, remember? How many of you guys have to tell your husband something 5 times?
You tell me so many things.
Oh, that is so funny. Okay. So a lot of people will buckle, right? Because they'll think that things are not working out for them, right? When in all actuality, everything is working out for you. You're continuously being led to what you need to do, right? And the growth that you need to have and the lessons that you need to learn. But sometimes things get so painful and we just it's hard for us. right? It is hard for us. But I teach you how to literally, right? Literally stay focused on the goal, keep your eye on the prize so that you can get here. You can bridge the gap between here and here, right? Because that's what it's truly about, the journey. This is what it's about, the journey. Everything else is going to work out if you stay focused, right? So it's about the journey that it takes to get there, not the end result necessarily. Yes, we're going to be proud of ourselves and feel accomplished when we've hit certain targets. But trust me when I say, when you get right here, you're going to be aiming for something else, right? Then you're then going to be aiming for a new identity. And then something else. Like, we've been doing it all of our lives. Okay? We've been doing it all of our lives. Okay? So we will continue. Okay? Continue to grow. All right? Okay? Does this make sense to you? Give me a thumbs up here on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, right? Okay. So what's going to show up on this journey? Trials, tribulations. People are going to be put in your place. Things are going to be moved around, maneuvered, so that synchronicities are going to be there. Signs are going to be there, right? The good, the bad, and everything in between, right? Or what you would consider the good, the bad, and everything in between. All right. Now, the reason why you may not be making it there is because, one, let me go through everything in this book. These are all the chapters, and these are everything that keeps people from accomplishing their goal. Number one, consistency. If you're not being consistent with the new identity, you won't get there. Okay? All right? You won't. If you only want to put a day a week, one day out of the week of effort into this goal, if you only want to commit to putting in one day of effort a week, that's not going to fly. Right? Okay? You're not going to see the results that you want. Okay? So you must be consistent with showing up every single day with your thinking, your speaking, your actions, and your emotions. Okay? Mind mastery. Right? What about mind mastery? Absolutely. Okay? This is why I say you attract that toxic love. Here you are right here. If you don't do the work, right? You're only going to be doing this. Trying to make toxic relationships work. Focused on your ex. Focus on fuck buddies. Focus on specific people. Focused on shit that ain't popping. Right? Okay? But you see, when you do the work, you attract what you are. You attract healthy love to you, right? You attract it to you, okay? So whatever you're thinking about right now, that's what you're attracted to you. This is why you are seeing the toxic shit right now. This is why. Because you're at an unhealed version of yourself. Look around. What do you see? The world is reflecting back to you what it is. The world is reflecting back to you what it is. Right? You don't have to wonder. Okay? Number 3, maintaining self-love and gratitude. Okay? Self-love and gratitude. So we have to understand that the journey is always about self-love and self-discovery. That's what you're here doing every single day. Self-love, self-discovery. Self-love, self-discovery. Oh, I love you so much, honey. Mwah. I love you. Okay? Enjoy your day. So if it's about self-love and self-discovery, then that means that you should always be focused on self. But see, a lot of us put ourselves on the back burner. A lot of us don't want to put in the work for ourselves. We'll put it in for other people. We'll do what we need to do for other people. Right? But when it comes to self, oh no. right? We can do that later, right? We put ourselves on a back burner. All right. Okay. You're not going to see the life that you want if you are putting yourself on a back burner, because you manifest what you are. Right. So if you are not taking care of yourself, if you don't value yourself, your 3D world is not going to show you people who value you. Right. Okay. Hopefully this stuff is making sense, guys. This isn't rocket science. Okay. Gratitude, expressing gratitude for where you are now in the journey, right? Be grateful for where you are. Be thankful for where you are. It is a blessing to have breath. It's a blessing to have breath, right? Okay. Yes, as soon as the live ends, YouTube uploads it. Okay, so it will be available. Okay, so having gratitude, number one, lifts your frequency, right? It lifts your frequency. So if your frequency is lifted, right, don't you want to do that often? Yes. Okay, so you want to express gratitude often. Okay, next, overcoming obstacles. Okay, chapter 4. A lot of you guys are not willing to overcome the obstacles. You're scared, right? You hit a rock and you are like shutting down. You don't know what to do, right? You go and you just retreat, right? Revert back to your old self and what was comfortable. This is too hard, right? You're not willing to overcome these obstacles, okay? But I'm here to tell you that if you want to become someone new, if you want to level up, you're going to have to go through some growth, some lessons. How else are you going to become? You think it should be handed to you on a silver platter? That would be nice. That would be nice. But, right, I'm letting you know, okay, that overcoming obstacles is what is helping you be that person that you want to be, right? Like if somebody had the desire to be a loving, supportive confidant to their forever person, but they're not willing to go through the healing, right? Okay, so an ex pops back up. Are they willing to set healthy boundaries, shut them down, right? Deny them? Are they willing to overcome that obstacle? Because you see, if you're not willing to overcome that obstacle, that keeps you where you are. You will remain here. But if you want to grow, you got to overcome. You got to be willing to overcome. Okay? You got to be willing to embrace change. A lot of people want to evolve, but they're not willing to embrace the change that comes with that. Okay? What about embodying your new identity? Embodying it. Yes. This is very important, right? How are you going to live this life if you're not embodying it every single day? You got to literally live it every single day, right? Not just every once in a while, not just every once in a blue moon, right? You must implement this every single day. This is how you build the momentum up for this new identity. This is how you build up enough like momentum for this new reality for you to step into. Okay. If you're giving more energy, more focus to your current reality, you're not going to see that new one as quickly as you want. Okay. All right. So that is the lesson of the day. Listen, if you guys are not in the complete identity shift program, if you guys are not yet in the weekly mentorship meetings, you're definitely missing out. Okay. I can give a discount code right now. TikTok. Okay. TikTok. TIKTOK. All right. One word. If you go to the link in my description, it's going to be a link where I say, hey, use this link if I am live, right? Or you can use the link below that for the complete identity shift program. This program is filled with my master classes, my audios, my visuals, my ebooks, right? That help you, my challenges. It's got like 9 different files in there. And it also comes with a link to my weekly meetups, mentorship meetups, Q&A. So you guys are in there asking the questions about your reality, right? And I am helping you walk through it and resolve it right there in real time. Okay. It is an amazing community to be in. I call you guys the light leaders. You guys are the ones who recognize there's a light within you, but you guys are the ones who are willing to do something about it, right? So our next meetup is this Sunday. Make sure that you grab your program so that you can be in there. I typically have it on discount while I am on the live, okay? Again, you can utilize the discount code TikTok, okay? All right, guys. I love you. That was the lesson for the day. Mwah. Bye.